Well, hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, I'm going to be discussing today's update here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, as well as what we know in regards to the mid-season update for Cold War Season 2. So of course guys, it is that time of the season once again where we are finally talking about the mid-season update. Now, of course, at the time of making this video, Cold War Season 2 as well as Warzone Season 2 has been out for just about a month now, and a lot of players recently have been speculating and talking about what they can expect to see and when we are going to be seeing the mid-season update for Season 2. And a little bit earlier today, at the time of making this video, we got some more information about the mid-season update, as well as we got the patch notes for today's update here in Black Ops Cold War. So with that said, if you guys go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class clips, and all kinds of things like that. So without further ado, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's dive right into it. Okay, so to start off today's video, let's talk a little bit about what we saw with today's update here in Cold War. And if you go on over to the Treyarch webpage and you head on over to the recent blog post for the patch notes of this update, and Treyarch goes on to state, and I quote, "Yesterday, the R1 Shadow Hunter crossbow officially launched in Black Ops Cold War as Season 2's 5th new weapon, with the upcoming ZRJ 20mm sniper rifle arriving later in the season to round out the full arsenal. Today, we're launching the brand new Nuclear Apocalypse playlist to take us into this weekend's triple double XP event. Jump into a mix of TDM, Domination, Kill Confirmed, and Hardpoint on Nuketown 84 and Apocalypse for non-stop close quarters action all weekend long. Additionally, Snipers Only Mosh Pit also returns this week, and fan favorites like Stockpile, Gun Game, Gunfight, Face Off, and Nuketown 24/7 are front and center in this week's featured playlist, and starting next week, the action gets even hotter." Alright, so that's pretty interesting in my opinion. Of course, in the introductory paragraph, Treyarch did end up stating some of the new content that we received with this update, and they also alluded to some of the new content that we are going to be seeing with the mid-season update. Additionally, the very next paragraph, Treyarch did end up talking about the mid-season update, with the title being Mid-Season Update Incoming, and they go on to say, and I quote, "With all the new ways to play 6v6, 2v2, and 3v3 in multiplayer, along with the launch of Outbreak, 56 new skill tiers and zombies, new Dead Ops arcade updates, 5 new weapons, 40 new season challenges, and 100 tiers of battle pass content, there's been something new to enjoy every week since Season 2 kicked off, and that was just the first half. Next week's mid-season update will bring more new content to multiplayer and zombies, including Miami Strike 6v6, Mansion 2v2 and 3v3, and Yolova multi-team and multiplayer, as well as the massive new nighttime sanatorium region that will be coming to Outbreak, and much more." Additionally, they go on to say, "We've also got a new weapon tuning pass coming to multiplayer as part of the mid-season update, including LMG adjustments and tuning for the LC-10, AK-74U, MAC-10, KSP-45, Milano 821, Krig 6, FFAR, Groza, Magnum, RPG-7, and more. A complete recoil balance pass on assault rifles and SMG attachments will also be included, as well as a buff to launcher damage against enemies with Flak Jacket in Hardcore." They also go on to state there's plenty more coming in our mid-season update, including the return of Prop Hunt with new maps and props added to the rotation, so keep an eye out for the official roadmap and full patch notes early next week. Now, before I break down the information and discuss it a little bit more, I do quickly want to read off the last paragraph because this is pretty important, with them stating there will be a triple double XP weekend happening, with the paragraph going on to state, "To make sure everyone's warmed up and ready to drop into the second half of Season 2, we're kicking off a triple double weekend in Black Ops Cold War and Warzone starting at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday, featuring double XP, double weapon XP, and double battle pass XP, and on PlayStation, double XP kicks off 24 hours early, with it actually going live a little bit earlier today at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time." So to break this down once again, right now if you're on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, double XP is live and will remain to be live until 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time on March 26th. Then at 10 o'clock a.m. tomorrow on the 26th, double XP, double weapon XP, as well as double battle pass XP will go live, and it will of course be on all platforms, and that of course will be ending at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time on March 29th. Alright, so this is pretty important, and we have quite a bit of stuff to unpack, especially when we're talking about the mid-season update. So first and foremost, in the mid-season update, we are going to be seeing the brand new Miami Strike, which is actually a daytime variation of the Miami map, as well as the brand new Mansion Gunfight map, which of course, as they state, is 2v2 and 3v3, and is overall really interesting in my opinion. And furthermore, we've actually seen some footage of this particular map in one of the reveal trailers for Season 2, and interestingly enough, it actually takes place on the same level as one of the campaign missions missions, which is really interesting in my opinion. Additionally, they go on to mention the brand new 20mm sniper rifle, which a lot of people have been talking about because of course whenever there is a new DLC sniper rifle in any Call of Duty game in general, a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and the way that they worded it, we're not entirely sure if the new sniper rifle will be coming out with a mid-season update or will be coming out shortly thereafter. We know for a fact that this sniper rifle will be coming out in Season 2, and that said, it is very possible that it could be dropping with the mid-season update. However, as I just mentioned, it's also very possible that would be dropping later because just a couple of days ago, we did end up seeing the brand new crossbow DLC weapon, and it wouldn't entirely make sense for them to drop one DLC weapon one week and then the very next week they drop another DLC weapon, but of course we're going to have to see. Additionally, one thing that I want to talk about is actually the weapon tuning for certain weapons in multiplayer, because interestingly enough, the last weapon tuning update that we saw in multiplayer was in early December, so a full 90 days ago, which is absolutely insane. And of course this particular update is going to be tackling some of the most used weapons in this game and some of the most underpowered weapons. For example, I'm sure everyone is aware that the LC-10, AK-74U, and MAC-10 are some of the most dominant submachine guns in the current state of the game. However, other weapons, for example the KSP-45, the Milano 821, as well as the Krig, are a little bit underpowered. They're not bad, however, they're not exactly top tier weapons in their categories, and hopefully this weapon tuning update that will be coming with the mid-season update will hopefully change this and maybe switch up the meta, because a lot of people are using the LC-10 and AK-74U. Additionally, the damage that the launchers are going to be doing towards enemies with Flakjack and Hardcore is going to be increased, which is very good, because if you guys ever try to unlock any camo challenges for either the RPG or the Sigma, you would know that getting kills with the weapon is already a pain. However, the fact that you can get 2 to 3 hit markers with an RPG against a person with a flak jacket in hardcore mode is pretty insane, and luckily enough that is going to be changing with the new update. And one reason why I want to talk about the triple double XP weekend, and that's just because of course it will be ending on March 29th, which is actually a Monday. And what's really important about that, and that is on Monday we do end up getting the weekly briefing for that week in Call of Duty, so it is very possible that as soon as this triple double XP weekend ends, we are going to be getting the weekly briefing, and then of course we will be getting the roadmap for the mid-season update for Season 2, which is pretty interesting in my opinion. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel, because of course I'm going to be making a ton of videos on that when of course it goes live. And alongside that, today's update was pretty interesting. It wasn't anything too crazy. You know, they fixed some of the glitches and issues, they changed around some of the playlists, and interestingly enough, now you can actually use the Black Ops Cold War crossbow in Warzone, which originally you couldn't do, which is kind of interesting, and now of course you can use it. So yeah guys, with that said, that's gonna effectively wrap up today's video. I hope you went on to enjoy it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, concepts, and all kinds of things like that. So once again, that's gonna effectively wrap up today's video. I'm your host, Deeper Jungle. I hope to see you in the next one.